Okay, number 58, we're going to look at an expected value, and here it looks like it's for golf scores. So they tell us what percent of the time in 1997, well, that was a while ago, what percent of the time in the 1997 Masters Tiger Woods gets different scores. Okay, so now obviously different holes are worth different amounts, so this is just irregardless of the par on the holes, what literal score does he get? So it looks like sometimes you get what, a birdie on a par 3, or maybe an eagle on a par 4. If you're really crazy, it would be a 2. Occasionally probably gets a bogey on a par 5 or something, but most of the scores are in the middle. So just across all the holes, what's the average you can expect? Okay, so expected value, we want what's the outcome, which is the scores, times the percent of time that those scores happen. And so 1.4% as a decimal is 0.014. So 1.4% of the time you get a 2. And then 36.1% of the time he gets a 3. And 50% of the time he scores a 4. And 11.1% of the time, right, we're just moving decimal place 2 places for he gets a 5. And then once again, 1.4%, so 0.014 as a decimal, he gets a 6. So we just want to add those all up. So 0.014, so 1.4% times 2. And then really if you want to, like, you can write the whole thing in one big stream instead of writing down every little in-between part if you want to. So we're going to add that to 0.361. Oops. Here, we'll try to type the whole thing at once here. So 1.4% of the time he gets a 2. And 36% of the time times 3. You can use the times button too. I'm just using the parentheses because it looks better, but it means the same thing. 50% of the time gets a 4. 11.1% of the time he gets a 5. And then once again, a very small amount of the time, 1.4% of the time he gets a 6. Which gives an average score of 3.75.